Today we will be talking about mood of verb. Verbs is an interesting part of speech because it has different moods and it expresses an action or state of being in the sentence. You might wonder what is mood of verb anyway. So let's start. The mood of a verb conveys the status of the action or condition it describes. There are three moods of verbs: the indicative, imperative, and subjunctive. Let's talk about it one by one. Let us first talk about indicative mood. Indicative mood of a verb is what you use to make statements and ask questions. This is the mood for most of our verbs. Now let's look at some examples. I want a chocolate ice cream cone. It's a statement. This is the indicative mood of the verb want. Are you going to the party? This is a question. Again, you use indicative mood when you are making a statement or asking question. Now let's talk about the imperative mood. The imperative mood is what you use to make a request or give a command. Imperative sentences are written in the imperative mood when you use the subject you, even though the subject you is omitted in the sentence. Let's look at the example. Clean your room now means, you clean your room now. That omitted subject, and the fact that we're looking at a request or a command tells us these verbs are in the imperative mood. Now let's talk about the subjunctive mood. You use the subjunctive mood to express a wish for something to be true, or expresses something that is contrary to what actually is. In this type of subjunctive expression, use the word were instead of what's. For example, the sentence I wish I were older, and Grandpa wishes he were younger. We're stating a condition or a wish that's not what reality is. The reality is the speaker of this sentence is young, and Grandpa is old. Each one of them wishes that the condition is different. That's an example of subjunctive mood. More about subjunctive mood. You also used it in sentence that give a command or make a request. When you see it this way, you use the base form of the verb. Let's look at the example. The school requires that students be in homeroom by 8 a.m. Now, this is the base form of the verb be. When you see the base form in a sentence like this, you know that it's the subjunctive mood. So understanding the moods of verbs is another way to make your writing stronger and more meaningful.